My name is Marcus, and I've been a night shift bus driver for the city for 10 years. You see a lot of strange things at 3 a.m., but tonight was the first time I felt like the city was trying to swallow me whole. It was my last loop, a route that runs through the old industrial district, mostly empty warehouses and broken streetlights. At the corner of 4th and Mason, a man flagged me down. He was wearing a heavy wool coat in the middle of a July heatwave, his head tilted at an angle that looked like his neck was snapped. I didn't want to stop, but the company monitors the GPS. He stepped on, but he didn't pay. He just walked to the very back and sat down. When I looked in my overhead mirror to tell him he needed a fare, I froze. There were 12 people on my bus when I started the stop. Now there were 13. But when I looked back at the seats, the back row was empty. I checked the mirror again. He was there, sitting perfectly still, staring at the back of my head with eyes that didn't seem to have lids. I tried to keep my eyes on the road, but my skin was prickling. I reached for my radio to call dispatch, but the only thing that came out of the speakers was a sound like someone wet whistling in a tunnel. Then the bus lights flickered and died. In the darkness, I heard the sound of a seat spring creaking. Then another. He was moving forward. Every time the bus passed under a rare working streetlight, I'd catch a glimpse of him in the mirror. He was 2 seats closer. Then 4. He wasn't walking. He was appearing closer every time I blinked. By the time I reached the bridge, he was sitting directly behind my driver's seat. I could smell him. He smelled like old refrigerated meat and damp earth. I didn't turn around. I didn't dare. But then I felt a long, cold finger trace the line of my jaw. "You missed my stop," a voice whispered. It didn't sound like a person. It sounded like 3 different voices speaking at once. I slammed on the brakes, the bus screeching to a halt in the middle of the bridge. I threw the doors open and screamed for him to get out. I turned around, ready to fight, but the bus was empty. Completely empty. I exhaled, my heart hammering against my ribs. I thought I was losing my mind until I looked down at the steering wheel. There, written in the condensation of my own breath on the dashboard, were 5 words. "I'm in the mirror now." I looked up. My reflection wasn't there. It was just him, sitting in the driver's seat of the reflected bus, smiling at me with my own mouth. And then he reached for the key.